Listen to me. Everybody wants success, but nobody wants to go through what it takes to get there. Everybody wants to shine, but they don't want to struggle in the dark. You see the glory, but you don't know the story. You see the results, but you don't respect the grind. I need you to understand something. The secret to success is not talent. It's not luck. It's not who you know. It's grit. It's sacrifice. It's waking up every single day and making a decision that no matter what, you're going to put in the work. Some of you wake up when you feel like it. Some of you grind when it's convenient. That's why you're not where you want to be. Champions don't wait for motivation. They create it. Winners don't show up when it's easy. They show up when it's hard, when it's tough, when nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping, when it feels like nothing is working. You got to get up before the sun. You got to stay up after the rest go to sleep. You got to do what 99% of people are willing to do. That's the price of greatness. It's lonely at the top because most people don't have the discipline to climb. Let me tell you something. Your dreams don't work unless you do. Your talent means nothing if you're not consistent. Your potential is just a fancy word if you're not executing. You're sitting on a gift, but you're too afraid to fail. You're too worried about what people might say. Listen to me. Greatness ain't comfortable. Success is about who can suffer the longest. I need you to understand this. Every single day you got two choices. Make excuses or make progress. But you can do both. Some of you are waiting for the right moment, waiting for permission, waiting for somebody to believe in you. Stop waiting. Nobody's going to hand you your dream. Nobody. You got to take it. You got to want it bad. How bad do you want it? Do you want it more than sleep, more than Netflix, more than partying, more than comfort? Because if you don't, somebody else does. And they will take your spot. You got to want success like you want to breathe. You got to be willing to sacrifice who you are for who you want to become. You got to be obsessed. You got to be relentless. You got to show up every single day and earn it. Because the secret to success is simple. It's doing the work. Now go get it. Success requires sacrifice. You can't just want success. You have to be willing to give up comfort, distractions, and excuses to achieve it. Consistency over talent. Hard work and discipline will always beat talent if talent isn't consistent. Showing up every day is the real key to winning. Champions create motivation. You can't wait for motivation to come. You have to push yourself even when you don't feel like it. Struggle is part of the journey. Greatness isn't comfortable. Those who can endure the most pain and setbacks are the ones who reach the top. Execution over potential. Dreams don't work unless you do. Potential means nothing without action and relentless effort. Success is earned, not given. Nobody is going to hand you your dream. You have to take responsibility, outwork everyone, and fight for what you want. Success is not for the weak. It's not for the ones who want it today but forget about it tomorrow. Success demands something from you. It requires that you give up the things that are holding you back. Too many people say they want to be successful, but they aren't willing to pay the price. They want the results, but they don't want to sacrifice. They want the lifestyle, but they don't want to struggle. That's why so many people stay average, because they're not willing to give up what's keeping them from greatness. You can't have it both ways. You can't spend hours on social media, watching TV, partying, and expect to be great. You can't sleep in every day and expect to outwork the competition. You can't let distractions pull you away from your goals and then wonder why you're not getting results. Success demands focus. It demands discipline. It demands that you put your dream ahead of your comfort. Some of you say you want it, but when it's time to work, you disappear. You want the six-pack, but you don't want to give up junk food. You want the business, but you don't want to put in late nights and early mornings. You want the championship, but you don't want to train when nobody's watching. That's the difference between those who make it and those who don't. The ones who succeed are the ones willing to let go of whatever is keeping them from their goals. They're willing to let go of their old habits, their bad excuses, their comfort zones, their fear of failure. Sacrifice isn't easy. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. It means waking up early while everyone else is sleeping. It means staying in and working while your friends are out having fun. It means taking risks when everyone around you is playing it safe. But that's what separates the best from the rest. The ones who win are the ones who are willing to give up what's easy for what's necessary. Look at the greats, athletes, entrepreneurs, legends in every field. They didn't get there because they were lucky. They got there because they made sacrifices that most people wouldn't. They stayed disciplined when others got lazy. They worked when others took breaks. They kept pushing when everyone else quit. Success is about priorities. What are you willing to give up to go up? What are you willing to do that others won't? If you're not willing to sacrifice, then stop saying you want to be successful. If you're not willing to put in the work, then stop expecting the results. Success doesn't come to those who kind of want it. It comes to those who are willing to give up their excuses, their distractions, and their comfort for something greater. Talent alone will never make you successful. It doesn't matter how gifted you are if you don't put in the work every single day. Too many people rely on their natural abilities, thinking that's enough to get them to the top. But talent without discipline is wasted potential. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't talent, it's consistency. It's showing up and grinding even when you don't feel like it. It's doing the little things over and over again until they become second nature. You see people who are naturally talented, and you assume they have an easy path. But what you don't see is the hours they put in, the reps they take, the discipline they build. The ones who succeed aren't just the ones who were born with something special. They're the ones who show up every day and put in the effort. They don't take shortcuts. They don't skip workouts. They don't let their emotions dictate their work ethic. They push through the pain, the boredom, the fatigue, because they know consistency beats talent every single time. Some of you work hard for a day, a week, maybe even a month, and then you quit when you don't see results. That's why you're stuck. You want instant success, but success doesn't happen overnight. It happens when you commit to the process for months, years, even decades. The greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the best performers in any industry, they don't just work when they feel good. They work when they're tired, when they're unmotivated, when nobody is watching. They understand that success isn't about how good you are one day. It's about how consistent you are every day. The problem is, too many people wait for motivation. They think they need to feel inspired to take action. That's why they never move forward. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. The people who make it to the top don't rely on feelings. They rely on habits. They train themselves to do the work. No matter what, rain or shine, tired or energized, busy or free, they get it done. And that's why they succeed. You have to ask yourself, Are you consistent? Are you showing up every single day no matter what? Or are you only working hard when it's convenient? Success doesn't come to those who put in effort once in a while. It comes to those who are relentless, who never stop, who treat every day as an opportunity to get better. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not disciplined, if you're not consistent, if you're not willing to put in the work day in and day out, somebody else will pass you up. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Every single time. Stop waiting for motivation to come to you. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect energy, the perfect mindset before you take action. That's why so many people fail. They wait instead of creating. The most successful people in the world don't rely on motivation to get things done. They wake up, they show up, and they put in the work, no matter how they feel, because they understand that if they only worked when they felt like it, they would never get anywhere. You have to train yourself to move even when you don't want to. You have to push through when your body is tired, when your mind is weak, when your emotions tell you to quit, because that's where greatness is built. Champions are not made on the days when everything is easy. They are made on the days when everything feels like it's against them, but they show up anyway. The ones who succeed are the ones who refuse to let their emotions control their action. They don't wait for motivation. They create it by taking action. Think about it. When was the last time you really pushed yourself on the days you didn't feel like working? That's the difference between winners and everybody else. Most people give in to their feelings. They say, I'm too tired today. Or I'll do it tomorrow, or I'm just not feeling it. And before they know it, one day off turns into a week, a month, a year of wasted time. But the greats, they don't think like that. They don't negotiate with themselves. They don't give themselves a way out. They set the standard and stick to it. Your mind is your biggest enemy, and it will always try to take the easy way out. It will tell you that you deserve a break, that you don't need to go as hard today, that it's okay to skip this one time, but that one time turns into 2, then 3, and before you know it, you're back to square one. That's why you have to be disciplined enough to show up, even when every part of you wants to quit. The more you do it, the stronger you become. Look at the best in the world. They don't wake up every morning feeling unstoppable. They don't always want to train, to work, to push themselves to the limit, but they do it anyway. Because they know that action creates motivation, not the other way around. They understand that the simple act of getting started is enough to build momentum. And once you get moving, once you start putting in the work, that energy follows. So the question is, are you going to keep waiting for motivation, or are you going to wake up and create it? Are you going to control your actions, or are you going to let your emotions control you? The choice is yours. Nobody talks about the pain. Nobody tells you about the struggle, the sacrifices, the lonely nights, the frustration, the failures. Everybody wants success, but nobody wants the suffering that comes with it. The truth is, greatness isn't comfortable. Success isn't easy. If it were, everybody would have it. The reason only a few make it to the top is that only a few are willing to endure the pain that comes with the journey. You're going to fail. You're going to have days where nothing works. You're going to feel like you're wasting your time. You're going to doubt yourself. People will laugh at you. They will tell you it's impossible. They will try to convince you to quit. And that's when most people give up. They hit a wall. They feel the struggle. And instead of pushing through, they turn back. But those who succeed, they push harder. They keep going. They don't stop just because things get tough. They embrace the challenge. They embrace the discomfort. They embrace the pain because they know that struggle is part of the process. You don't grow when things are easy. You grow when things are hard. You grow when you're tested, when you're stretched, when you're pushed beyond your limits. That's where real strength is built. That's where character is forged. The struggle is not there to break you. It's there to build you. Every obstacle, every failure, every setback is preparing you for something greater. But you have to be willing to go through it. Most people avoid struggle. They want the shortcut. They want the easy way out. But what they don't realize is that the struggle is the shortcut. The pain, the failures, the adversity, that's what shapes you into the person you need to become to reach the next level. You can't expect to grow if you're not willing to suffer. You can't expect to be great if you're only willing to do what's comfortable. The greats don't complain about the struggle. They seek it out. They put themselves in difficult situations because they know that's how you get stronger. You have to stop looking at struggle as something negative. You have to stop running from it. The struggle is proof that you're growing. The struggle is the price you pay for success. The question is, how much are you willing to suffer for what you want? How much pain are you willing to endure? How many times are you willing to fail before you break through? Because if you're not willing to suffer, if you're not willing to go through the fire, then you're not ready for success. The ones who make it are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who refused to quit when everything was falling apart. They are the ones who kept pushing when they had every reason to give up. They are the ones who embraced the struggle and came out stronger on the other side. Too many people talk about their potential like it's a guarantee. Like just because they have talent, they're destined for success. But potential means nothing without execution. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't put in the work, if you don't take action, if you don't show up every single day and push yourself, then your potential is just an idea. It's wasted. It's meaningless. There are millions of people with potential, but only a few actually make something of it. Why? Because most people don't execute. They wait. They procrastinate. They make excuses. They talk about what they're going to do instead of actually doing it. They convince themselves they have time, that they'll start tomorrow, that they'll work harder when the conditions are right. But tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and before they know it, they're stuck in the same place, wondering why success never came to them. Nobody cares about what you could do. Nobody is going to hand you success because you have potential. The world rewards those who take action, those who show up, those who put in the work. Look at the most successful people in the world. They don't sit around talking about their potential. They execute. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They create the moment. They don't let fear, doubt, or insecurity stop them from moving forward. They understand that taking imperfect action is always better than standing still. The difference between winners and everyone else is that winners don't need motivation to execute. They don't need everything to be perfect. They don't wait for someone to push them. They push themselves. They hold themselves accountable. They make things happen even when they don't feel like it. They understand that action leads to results, and results lead to success. You have to ask yourself, are you just talking about your potential, or are you executing on it? Are you putting in the hours, the effort, the sacrifice? Are you making progress every single day, or are you just thinking about what you could be doing? Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what you actually do. Your dreams don't work unless you do. Your goals don't mean anything if you're not willing to execute on them. You're either making progress or making excuses. You're either getting better or staying the same. And every day that you don't take action is a day wasted, a day you can't get back. The most successful people in the world aren't the most talented. They're the ones who refuse to let their potential go to waste. They're the ones who showed up, who executed, who did what needed to be done no matter what. You have everything you need to succeed, but the question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to wake you up in the morning and force you to put in the work. Nobody is going to push you to go after your dreams. That's your job. That's your responsibility. If you want it, you have to go get it. If you want to be great, you have to earn it. You can't expect to do the bare minimum and get maximum results. That's not how it works. Success isn't given, it's earned through hard work, through sacrifice, through consistency, through discipline. The problem is, too many people think they deserve success just because they want it. They think because they've been working hard for a few months, they should already be at the top. They don't realize that success takes years of grinding, years of showing up when nobody's watching, years of failing, adjusting, learning, and growing. The ones who win are the ones who are willing to stay in the game long enough to see the results. Most people quit too soon. They give up when things don't go their way. They stop when it gets tough. But the ones who make it, they don't stop. They keep pushing, they keep grinding. They stay committed no matter what. You can't cheat the process. You can't skip steps. You can't expect to be successful if you're only willing to put in half the effort. You have to be all in. You have to be obsessed. You have to wake up every single day and attack your goals like your life depends on it. Because if you don't, somebody else will. Somebody else is out there working, grinding, sacrificing, while you're making excuses. And when it's time to compete, when it's time to perform, they're going to take your spot. Every single day you have a choice. You can either make excuses or you can make progress. You can sit around complaining about why things aren't working, or you can get up and do something about it. You can blame other people, blame your circumstances, blame the world, or you can take ownership of your life and make the changes you need to make, because at the end of the day, it's on you. Your success, your failure, it's all on you. Nobody is going to save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. It's up to you to decide how bad you want it. So ask yourself, are you putting in the work? Are you pushing yourself every single day? Are you giving 100% when nobody's watching? Are you willing to sacrifice, to struggle, to suffer for what you want? Because if you're not, then stop expecting success. Stop expecting greatness. Stop expecting to win. The ones who make it to the top don't get there by accident. They get there because they outwork, outlast, and out-hustle everyone else. They earn it every single day. At the end of the day, the truth is simple. Success is earned. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you make happen. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not who you know, it's what you do day in and day out. The world is full of people who dream, but only a handful actually take the necessary steps to turn those dreams into reality. And the difference between those who achieve and those who fall short comes down to one thing: work. You have to make the decision right now. No more waiting for the right moment. No more holding back until you feel ready. Success doesn't wait for you to feel motivated or comfortable. It demands that you get up and get moving regardless of how you feel. The people at the top, they didn't wait for someone to give them permission to be great. They took it. They decided that no matter what, they were going to show up and do the work, even when it was hard, even when it was painful, even when nobody believed in them. It's easy to look at successful people and think they got there because of some special advantage. But when you peel back the curtain, you'll find that they faced the same obstacles, the same challenges, the same doubts that everyone else faces. The only difference is they didn't let those obstacles stop them. They pushed through the setbacks, the failures, the moments of doubt. They were relentless. They refused to quit. They understood that success is not a straight line. It's a messy, difficult, often painful journey. But they kept going, and that's why they succeeded. Too many people expect success to come quickly. They want it now, but they aren't willing to endure the grind, the struggle, the time it takes to truly earn it. They want to skip the hard parts and jump straight to the rewards. But success doesn't work like that. It's a process, a long, sometimes grueling process that requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to fail over and over again. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't see immediate results, even when it feels like you're not making progress. Because the truth is, success is not about what you do in the short term. It's about what you do consistently over the long term. There are no shortcuts. You can't cheat your way to the top. You can't expect to reach greatness if you're only willing to put in half the effort. If you're not fully committed, if you're not willing to sacrifice, if you're not willing to endure the pain that comes with growth, then you're not ready for success. It's not enough to want it. You have to be willing to suffer for it, to fight for it, to earn it. Every day you have a choice. You can either keep making excuses or start making progress. You can stay in your comfort zone, doing the same things, getting the same results, or you can step up and push yourself to the next level. It's not going to be easy. There are going to be days when you want to quit, days when it feels like you're going nowhere, days when you wonder if it's even worth it. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that separate the winners from everyone else. You have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to put in the work day after day, year after year to earn your success? Are you willing to push through the pain, the doubt, the frustration to get to where you want to be? Because if you are, there's nothing that can stop you. But if you're not, then stop expecting greatness. Stop expecting success to come to you without putting in the effort. You don't get what you want, you get what you work for. Success is not an accident. It's the result of hard work, sacrifice, and relentless commitment. It's about showing up every day and doing the work even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you don't feel like it. If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to earn it, then success is inevitable. But if you're not, then you're just wasting time, and time is something you can never get back.